Alright guys, in today's video we have yet another PlayStation 5 leak to go over and discuss here, but this one is pretty interesting. I do have to let you know right off the bat that this is not confirmed to any capacity, and we really don't know how true this is. However, it seems like there is a possibility that the PlayStation Japan website may have actually leaked the final PlayStation 5 console design, not in the way you might be thinking. It wasn't like a straight up image of the console itself in full fidelity, but what this console is going to end up looking like may have actually been in front of us this whole time. So this is extremely interesting to me. Again, you have to take it with a massive grain of salt here, because with all of these leaks and all of these rumors, we really don't know what to believe. But this one, I'd say, seems like it may have something to it, if I'm being honest here. And that's not wishful thinking or anything. I just think that based off of everything we know so far, this really could be a legitimate leak. So we're going to go over it here. I know we've been covering a lot of this stuff, but most of you seem to enjoy it, and I certainly don't mind making the content. So let's get into it. But before we do that, be sure to hit the like button if you think you're going to enjoy the video, if you enjoy the content, or if you are excited for the PlayStation 5. It's the easiest way for you guys to help the video out while also letting me know that you do appreciate the content. And be sure to hit the subscribe button as well if you haven't already done that. It says PlayStation Japan leak may confirm PS5 console design. Sony is set to reveal the PlayStation 5 sometime soon, according to online rumors and speculation, but fans may not have to wait to get an impression of what the finalized PS5 will look like. A new leak, which sources suggest comes from the official PlayStation website in Japan, claims to show an icon featuring the shape of the new console. The icon, surprisingly, is a shape many PlayStation fans will already recognize. It's strikingly similar to the shape of the PlayStation 5 dev kit. The Japanese PlayStation website features icons for several PlayStation devices, including the PS4, the PS4 Pro, and the PlayStation VR. Each of the icons is shaped like the device, acting as a link to the devices section of the website. The leak claims that the PS5 icon was accidentally implemented on the site, though it was quickly removed. It shows a box-like shape akin to the PS4 and PS4 Pro, but it also features a V-like shape with the open end of the V at the front of the console. For those unfamiliar, this is similar to the shape of the PlayStation 5 dev kit, which has had several photos leaked. The PS5 dev kit features the same open V shape, as if a scoop had been taken out of what is an otherwise rectangle-shaped console. The V likely intended to allude to the Roman numeral for 5. The PS5 isn't likely to be exactly shaped like the PlayStation 5 dev kit, of course. The final console is likely to be all black, sleek, with sharp angles, much like previous PlayStation consoles. It will just also have either a cutout space like the PS5 dev kit or a simple embossed line in the shape of a V. One question that is not answered is how much the console will look like a PS4. Sony typically prioritizes differentiation for the new consoles, but given the lack of a hard generational leap, Sony may prefer the PS5 to look more like an iterative step forward. It bears repeating that this leak has not been officially confirmed in any capacity. Creating a PS5 icon based on the PS5 dev kit leaks is not a particularly challenging task. Neither is editing a website's code so that the PS5 icon looks like it's on a live website. The PS5 looking similar to the PS5 dev kit is just a rumor for the time being. Expect confirmation on the PlayStation 5's look later this year. A February or March PlayStation meeting is rumored to reveal the PS5, but that has yet to be confirmed either. So I know that was a lot of reading, but I wanted to make sure you guys had all of the information when it comes to this leak, because the most I'd say that the thing here that really makes it seem like it could actually be fake, like the most, the thing that's just hardest to believe, I'd say, has to do with the fact that this is not like confirmed in any capacity. And again, I haven't seen many people talking about this. Maybe that's because it really is fake, but I don't know. It's really, when you look at this image, it does seem like something that Sony could have accidentally done, right? On the PlayStation Japan website, because we know that Sony is getting ready to talk about the PlayStation 5 to some capacity, and we have to imagine that when they do talk about it, they plan to actually show what the console looks like. We also know, and this is the biggest thing for me that may actually back this leak up and make it seem legitimate, is we know what the dev kit looks like. And the thing that's so strange about this dev kit is the way it looks. there are a lot of people who have pointed out that this dev kit seems very particularly designed. Like, there was a certain emphasis on this dev kit to where it looks like there just was more put into it than a normal dev kit would have. Because if you look at past dev kits, there have been a few that do look somewhat like the final design, but a lot of them also look absolutely nothing like the final design. And so when you look at this dev kit, the PlayStation 5 dev kit, obviously you have that V in the middle, and this is probably the most striking feature of it. It's also rounded, and so if we could imagine this being the final design of the PlayStation 5, you have to imagine, just like this article points out here, some things are certainly going to change. You're not going to see it look exactly like you see it right now with the dev kit photos. It will look a lot more sleek, it will look a lot more presentable, and it will look a lot nicer. I've seen some people who just absolutely do not like this design of the PlayStation 5, but I've also seen just as many people say that they do like the way the PlayStation 5 dev kit looks like, and I've actually seen a few people go out of their way to say that they hope that the final PlayStation 5 design does end up looking like this. Now, again, this is a leak. We don't know whether or not this image we're seeing here with the PlayStation 5 icon on the Japanese PlayStation website is real or not. As this article does point out, it could be very easy for somebody to, if they really wanted to, go out of their way to create something like this to make it seem like it was real. This is the time where people are doing that. We've seen a lot of this type of stuff with the PlayStation 5 UI boot ups and whatnot, and it's been proven that they're not real or they're fake. And this could very well be the same exact situation. But again, looking at the PlayStation 5 dev kits, it does make you think that maybe this really is somewhat like the final design that we're going to see. When these leaks first came out with the PlayStation 5 dev kits and I first started talking about them and giving my thoughts on it, the one thing I kept saying, and I still do believe this, is that this design for the dev kit, it just seems so particular, right? Like, it seems so intentional, especially with the V shape, that it makes me believe that to some extent what we're looking at with the dev kit, we're kind of seeing what the final design is going to possibly look like. And when I say that, I just mean like the overall form factor, right? Like, it's definitely, I don't think the PlayStation 5 is going to look like the next Xbox. I don't think it's going to look like a tower or anything like that. I think Sony's going to try to keep it in line somewhat to what they've kind of been doing. But the only thing that's really off-putting to me here and strange, and this is the one thing that maybe makes me think this could actually be a fake leak, is that when you think about the PlayStation consoles, excluding the PlayStation 1, I believe, Sony's always kind of put an emphasis on being able to like stand it upright, and I guess maybe you could with a console that's this shape. Again, the dev kit we see is not the final design, and actually, if you look at the icon itself, it does kind of show it standing upright, you know what I mean? Kind of like what you would see with the PS4, the PS4 Pro. So maybe, I don't know, maybe this console could, I have to imagine Sony would make it so that you can stand the console upright. But this is just a very interesting leak overall, and it's getting to a point now where people, I've seen some people basically say that they're losing the hype and whatnot, but I don't necessarily think it's that extreme, right? Like, we're just about halfway through February, and of course by this time all of us, or most of us, were expecting Sony to have said something by now, and unfortunately they haven't. But you have to imagine that they are getting ready to do something soon, and it's going to be really interesting to see if, when this does occur, when we do see the PlayStation 5, if it's actually going to look like this dev kit design. But I had to take some time here to relay this to you guys because this could be legitimate. Again, we don't know where the photo is coming from. It's just kind of surfaced online, and that maybe does tell you that maybe it's fake. Again, I haven't seen many people talking about it, and maybe to a lot of people it's clearly a fake, but to me it seems like, I don't know, that could be something that Sony may have maybe for a brief moment there, their website, they put something live on their website that they shouldn't have. I mean, it's not unheard of for things like that to happen. In fact, it happens all the time. So, I don't know, guys. What I do know is I'm going to be very interested to see what you guys have to say about this. Do you think that this is legitimate, and do you think that what we're seeing with the PlayStation 5 dev kit design, that is going to essentially be the finalized design, like that V shape? Obviously, it's going to change to a certain extent, but just let me know your thoughts about this, because I'm kind of like 50-50 on it, but the fact that the dev kit has such a particular design behind it does make me feel that, you know, we could be looking at what the PlayStation 5 to a certain extent is going to end up looking like. So leave your thoughts down below. Again, leave the video a like if you did enjoy it or if you found it informative. Be sure to subscribe to the channel if you're new and haven't already. Hit the bell notification icon so you never miss an upload, and feel free to share this video out on top of all that. But until next time, guys, take care.